Aries, welcome to your Intimate Tarot reading. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read Intimate Tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. Heads up, if you are someone who is sensitive around the subjects of sexual energy, sexual identification, or any descriptions that run along that particular vein, this is not the message type for you. Skip it. No offense taken, none whatsoever. I would never ask you to watch anything that would make you uncomfortable because you will take nothing from it, right? Except, you know, being upset and angry with me or with yourself, and I don't want that. Okay, and that's true for any and all tarot types. There you go. A lot of people watch Intimate Tarot, try to understand their sexual energies better as an individual, what's going on in there, things I don't know about, things I do know about, you know, and anywhere in between. And then also as it relates to our relationships, because sexual energy, well, case in point, all energy affects who we are as individuals. Thus, it stands to reason our relationships too. So what's going on in there? And I'll see anything in there between newly developed connections, you know, people who have been together for decades, and then, of course, the individual self. Sometimes I do see a solo person, 100%. I never know. Well, that's why we look and they operate from that philosophy, the more you know. Sexual energy is part of it, you know. A lot of people neglect it, undervalue it, and I always see it in the comments, despite literally my verbal opening, Aries, and despite what I said in the description box, there's always some idiot who didn't listen to any of it. They're totally offended. And it's like, there's more to relationships than sex. Yeah. That's why we're here. Case in point. Shut up and listen. But you know, hey, just some people, there you go. But yeah, if you want to learn more about it, if it interests you, if you find it fascinating, or you just want to know, you know, stick around. I hope it helps you. That's the point for all tarot. Okay? Take what resonates, if it's not, reverse those energies as you need to. You guys, Aries, seriously. For my Aries crew who is very used to me. You guys, I recorded Leo and Sag before realizing the camera stance was way off. I caught it and corrected it, but still, it's little stuff like that that just pisses me right off. It's never the big stuff. It's never the big stuff. The big stuff I find takes care of itself. The little stuff though, but at least I corrected it, so we're not, jeez Louise. Amateur shit, Aries. That's why I get mad, and I know you know that. That's why I'm telling you. I know you know. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start by pulling you an energetic oracle card, okay? This is by the same folks who made the tarot deck of sexual magic, respectively. Oh, dear, calling back. Now, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Calling back. How interesting. In our sexual energy, we're calling someone back. Calling us back, you're calling them back. It could be an energetic thing. I don't know that you're literally trying to pick up the phone and be like, hey, come back. You know, I really miss your bedroom exploits. I don't think it's like that. Calling back. And then there's that energetic pull, okay, towards someone, at least in the sexual energy, bare minimum. If there's more to it, such as emotional attachment, spiritual attachment, then we'll see. But bare minimum, we have that sexual energy is pulling on us, leaning towards us, or you're pulling on someone else's. Perhaps you are currently separated from that person at this time. In terms of distance, who knows why, okay? But it feels like somebody's energy is summoning the other person back. I want you back, or I want this back, or something like that. Let's take a look at you, see what's going on, okay? Perfectly normal, that sense of longing. Good song. Constant Craving. Was that Katie Lang? Great song. Great song. Constant Craving. As soon as I said there's that longing, and then I heard Constant Craving, she has a beautiful voice, right? No auto-tune, none of that fake crap. That was real vocal work. Beautiful. Constant Craving. Some of you just crave that person's sexual energy. You want it to come back. Let's take a look. Let's see, there's that craving, there's that longing, and then there's the reality, you know? And if that's what you're experiencing, I really miss their sexual energy, but I know it's no good for me. I know I'm supposed to be separated from it, or perhaps you two are just at a distance. We'll see. What's going on, please, for Aries and their sexual energy? Or for some of you who are like, I ain't got no one to be longing or pining for, Christina. My sexual energy just wants to express itself. And it's just putting out its own particular call at this time. I understand. For sure. Perhaps some of you have been celibate and you're coming out of your celibacy period. That's it. There's that too. There's 1,001 things, honey. 1,001 things. I just want to look at maybe one or two, okay? Let's see that Aries sexual energy, please. Let's see that Aries sexual energy. Let's see that Aries sexual energy. Show me that Aries sexual energy, please. Damn, that's a good song, isn't it? Boom, that just popped really fast. Constant Craving. If you've never heard it before, it's a really beautiful song. What's going on, please? Oh, Page of Pentacles. Do I have this in root? Okay, so the baseline is meant to be read upright. That's correct. If he's upside down, it's by accident. Okay, 3 of Wands, the Hermit. Yep, there it is right there, the constant craving. I'll probably be so... I mean, it really fits, doesn't it? The longing is here, and there's a waiting here. There's a separation here. I got 2 and 3, so the both of you are experiencing something fairly similar. Because I do have someone who's kind of out there in the distance. They could be waiting for you, or that they would like to heal with you. And Page of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, you're saying I'm not investing in anything sexually, but there is this sense of distance in my sexual energy between myself and anything else. So I don't know that you're necessarily anticipating anyone or anybody, but there is a longing in you, and I have someone around you who has a similar energy. So I don't know that you two are longing for each other. Perhaps you two have yet to put your 2 longings or your 2 cravings together. Perhaps you're separated. Let's keep going. 8 of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 6 of Wands. Somebody somewhere is authorizing some sort of communication. And when it happens, it'll be on point, okay? So hopefully we can start killing some of these cravings, you know what I'm saying? Bring that sense of longing down, all right? And that calling back to 8 of Wands, some of you might literally get a phone call, or you might literally be calling somebody. I don't know yet. I said calling back, didn't it? Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So there's separation right now. Oh, honey, the both of you are kind of longing for the same thing. I don't know if it's just sexual energy longing. Again, I need to clarify to see if it runs deeper, but I do have some spiritual aspects here today with the Hermit and the Hierophant. Those two are kind of like heavyweight champs in terms of spirituality and walking the path and speaking for oneself, and this is something I got to do, but with the wisdom to back it up, so on and so forth. So 5 of Pentacles is the overall sense. So we feel broken from our sexual energy with the person whom we've ascribed it to. I do want to clarify further, make sure this isn't a new energy. You could just be showing me breakage and picking it up with somebody else, and there's an interim before you meet them. Or this is someone whom you're literally separated from at this time, and both of your energies might be calling each other. That's what I'm leaning towards, because you're showing me a 2, they're showing me a 3, and honestly, they're not that far apart. I do see them heavily contemplating their sexual energy and other energies towards you in a healing manner. You know, there's the inclination, there's the feeling to heal in something with you. And you're like, I feel something, but I don't know where my pentacle's supposed to go. I don't know. You're saying I don't know. We're going to start right there with that 5 of Pentacles. Let's see what's going on with you. Some of y'all dealing with some lover type situations. That just caught my attention. Cheers, honey. Oh my goodness. The humidity is so high right now that we're having rain all this week, which is great because it's going to finally cool the weather off. But, oh boy, that humidity is high. You know how it is when the humidity is so high you can't sleep because the atmosphere, the temperature, the moisture level is so different that it just keeps you awake? That's what I'm talking about. Let's see that 5 of Pentacles, please. Show me that 5 of Pentacles. Show me that 5 of Pentacles. Show me that 5 of Pentacles. What's going on? But that's all right. It just indicates to me that storms are a-coming, and I love me a good storm. Show me that 5 of Pentacles, please. Show me that 5 of Pentacles. Show me that 5 of Pentacles. Let's see that 5 of Pentacles, please. Four of Swords, 10 of Swords, oh, the World. Oh, dang, honey, dang. Oh, boo-boo. Ow, owie, 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 owie. So this was more than a little tiff, huh? A little more than a lover's tiff. This was flipping everybody off. I'm out. I'm out. Oh boy, but it was painful, huh? I don't know who did what. I don't know if you did it, they did it. Somewhere in between the two of you, you both kind of broke it because you're showing me way too many endings over this for it to have just been one person's idea or fault, okay? And I'm not about blaming. It's just it's really repetition here. And you know me, honey. I repeat myself enough as it is. So when I see repetition in the cards, it's like that's a bit much. So here we have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, obviously we feel separated in our sexual energy, lonely. The physical stuff, guys. The physical. Okay, the Pentacles, physical. We're feeling a little lonely, separated, not just from our sexual energy, but from the person whom we kind of ascribed it towards, or ascribed it to, I should say, leaned into, felt comfortable with, physically or otherwise. And Four of Swords, Ten of Swords, the world. It's like even your private thoughts around this person in terms of sexuality and, well, I'm assuming emotions at this point because that's a lot of pain. Even that hurts, you know. Typically, Four of Swords in sexual tarot suggests masturbation. It's private time, it's alone time, and it's restorative in and of its own right. That's why I highly encourage and recommend masturbation, because it just helps. It just helps us understand ourselves and our bodies and what our bodies' needs are. But you're saying I can't even do that in thought to this person. It's too painful. It's too painful. I can't even get that. And it would be like a residual pleasure, even though you know something here has ended with Ten of Swords in the world. Some people still have those special thoughts and inclinations because the energy's still with them, but it's clearing up. It won't always be that case. I mean, like, I can't even do that. You know, even your private thoughts, be they soft, romantic, or intimate, those hurt too, right? So you try to shut that down as soon as possible. With the Four of Swords and the Ten of Swords in the world, so you try not to really indulge in those intimate thoughts. You try not to indulge in it, because that hurts too. Even the soft parts of whatever this connection was represents hurt. I understand. I do. You know, I can't think about them like that. Even that sucks. It hurts too much. Cut the thought off. Try to cut the pain off. Right? Understand from it. Heal from it. But don't take it to any unnecessary places. You know what I'm saying? Don't overly indulge in the thought or the feeling. Just enough to perhaps heal from it, but that's it. Leave it there. So you've really shown me a sharpness, and I can't afford to think about it like that. You don't want to take it to a soft space. And that's quite a bit. Ten of Swords in the world. Yeah, whatever this is. When it snapped fast. And your sexual energy for this person feels separated, to say the least. And it's painful. It's a painful reminder, so you can't even take them to a private place. Not like that. You know. And I see breakups and things all the time. And when we're still working through our emotions, our sexual energy's in there too. And, you know, you have those special thoughts, those private thoughts. It's part of the process. It's normal. It's normal. You know. And you're saying, I can't even do that shit. It hurts too much. Okay. Okay. I got your background noise. That's the background noise. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Like I said, there's waiting in there. Not waiting that you're actively waiting, but the idea is that maybe there's a decision to make in time, but you're like, Page of Pentacles, I'm not really with the investment right now. I'm cool where I'm at. Thank you. Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Oh, you're cool where you're at. It's just you're saying, I just can't see myself realistically making the decision. Two of Wands is active decision making with a little bit of waiting. Page of Pentacles, any sort of investment in my sexual energy. Clearly. Clearly. Okay, clearly. I don't know how old this is. I don't know how fresh this is. Me, personally, it feels like it's somewhere in between. It's not that old, but it's not so fresh like it was yesterday. But it is sharp as hell, okay? All right, let's see that Two of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, please. Let's see. Let's see if this is someone whom we've broken, because there's a longing here in that person that they want to heal. I can't tell if they're new or old. Let's find out. Show me that Page of Pentacles, please, and the Two of Wands. Show me that Page of Pentacles, please, and the Two of Wands. Let's see what's going on with you. The Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. There is, or was, some sort of offer here to really work through whatever your issues were with this. Realistic work where you could both profit and get something from it. Sexual energy, otherwise, I don't quite know what your profit would be with this person, but the idea is I'm willing to put realistic work into this. And then we got confused here with the Two of Pentacles. We got mixed signals about what the other person or was being offered. It's kind of like saying I can't work with this even though I'm trying. So there's a strong offer to work with this, whatever that means. But we got confused here with the Two of Pentacles, what was being offered or how to offer anything of ourselves to it. Seven of Swords, bowed out, backed away. You know. So again, I don't see you putting any new interest in investment in sexual energy or otherwise relationship energy out there anywhere in the stratosphere on planet Earth as we understand it. You're saying, I just don't have it in me to put work into this or anything else at this time. You are closed for business, for lack of a better phrase. And it's again, it stands to reason. That hurts. That's not, we had a little argument. Okay. You know. It's, you said you'd fill up the gas tank and you didn't. Oh, you're so irritating. Why do I put up with you? Give me kisses. It's not like that. This was a little more sizable than that. You know, not a casual break. It hurt. You're saying, I just can't. Realistically, you can't see yourself putting work into this. You just can't. Or starting a new journey elsewhere. And I totally understand why. Let's keep going. The Hermit of Three of Wands. This is actual longing. Yours is looking out on the horizon, understanding you have decisions to make, just not right now. There's somebody here is looking out towards you, and their sexual energy has the Hermit attached to it. They would like to heal. Now, either this is an influential energy that wants to help you, but they haven't arrived on the scene yet, or this is the person whom we've broken ties from. Let's take a look. Some of the Hermit, please. Some of that Hermit and the Three of Wands. Some of that Hermit and the Three of Wands. Some of that Hermit. Some of that Hermit, please, and the Three of Wands. King of Swords, Queen of Wands, Page of Swords. Man, they're thinking about the passion. This person's got a very firm mind. Queen of Wands, a sense of passion, Page of Swords. Not anything is being done. There's a longing here. We called that right away, guys. I even opened up with this. I translated my words almost immediately from there's a longing here to a constant craving. You get the idea. It's somewhere in there that there is a very strong desire. A longing. Yours is like, I just can't put any more of myself into this. I tried. I got mixed results. I don't know what the hell to make of this, but I can't put myself reasonably into this any more than I already have. It's kind of like saying, what's the point? There's mixed results here. I don't know what the hell the other person wants, but I did try. You got mixed results, and you just, I can't. Seven of Swords, I just can't. Moved away from the mixed results. I can't offer more than I have. It's not being received or accepted well. Or they're not taking it seriously, because the Two of Pentacles, you showed me a real offer to work through this connection, whatever it is. Ace of Pentacles, and then you got mixed feedback, I guess. Two of Pentacles. You didn't know what the hell to make of it, except that you kind of said futility. This is futile. It's coming across as futile. So you can't, you're saying I can't put any more of myself into this. And I don't want to put myself into anything new yet. It's just not where I'm at. It's futile. I understand why you came to the conclusion that you did. And you look exhausted, you look tired, your energy's small, it got shrunk, at least when it comes to this. Now, is your sexual energy longing? Yeah. You told me that it's too painful to point that longing at this, even in memory. Even in memory, you said it's too hard to think about this person in that way because it hurts too much. Okay. And then I got someone over here. Yeah, no, it's... They have some beautiful energy in them that's coming across as proposition. In other words, theory, not reality, not yet. I don't know if they're working up towards it because I am seeing communication deployed relatively soon. This Page of Swords tells me that they have a lot of big thoughts here. A lot of feeling. But we haven't done anything about it yet. The Hermit is so much bigger than the Page of Swords. But between the waiting, the Three of Wands, looking out on the horizon towards you, longing towards you, there's a recognition in that. The King of Swords is looking at this Queen of Wands saying, yes, I'm still passionately connected to this. I know this. I'm not stupid. Is there a proposition in here for healing? And if so, what does that look like? So Page of Swords, it's a lot of contemplation. It's lovely contemplation. It's real. It's sincere. But nothing has been executed. Not that I see. So let's jump on down here where I can actually see some executed energy, because it drives me nuts when people show me this big picture energy. I'm like, great, what are you going to do with it? Absolutely nothing. That drives me bananas. That drives me bananas. I can see where you've gone into no contact, right? No contact, off. I'm not putting any more work into this. You gave me mixed results. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with this. I can't try anymore. You just told me I can't try. You said it was futile. I just can't try anymore. Even thinking about them hurts, right? And they have some warmth in there. Particularly, they reflect on your warmth as the Queen of Wands. They have an analytical mind. I know they got the smarts, honey, but the actual deployment of those smarts hasn't happened. There is a lot of waiting here. The Hermit is not known for moving fast, nor should he be, but you slap some Three of Wands on top of him, oh boy. So how long ago did this happen? It's interesting. Need a lot of time to reflect. A lot of time. Everybody moves at a different pace. I understand. Because I'm being honest with you, honey, I honestly don't see your energy pointing at them. Do you have a sexual longing? I'm sure, but you said to even contemplate it cuts you. Right? Particularly on your private thoughts. It's the intimate thoughts. But yeah, I don't see you pointing at it. Then you said it was futile. But their energy still points at you. It reflects on you a great deal. But it's kind of cold and detached. And I think the contemplation here is, what I'm trying to get at, the contemplation is, if they reapproach this, they know it has to be more than reasons of just passion in order to engage with you. It has to be a proper form of healing, and what does that look like? So I can kind of see where that would cause the hesitation effect, 100%. But for months, man, I don't know. I don't know. But, well, anyway, let's jump on down there and see what the heck's going on. You know, I know your energy, honey. Your energy moves much faster and with a certain level of confidence. This is me. This is what I got to work with. You want to get on board with it? Oh, okay. Your answer's not as straightforward as mine or as clear as mine. Bow out, that kind of thing. I mean, that's very you. There's nothing wrong with that either. It's just whatever it is you were presenting was very clear. Their response confused you. All right. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, let's take a look. Let's do it. Let's take a look. Show me this Eight of Wands, please. Show me this Eight of Wands. Show me this Eight of Wands. God, did I spend 23 minutes on that? It doesn't feel like it, guys. When I get wrapped up, I get wrapped up. Show me the Eight of Wands, please. Show me the Eight of Wands. Show me the Eight of Wands, please, for Aries. So yeah, they recognize the warmth and the passion in you. That's not the issue. It's if I reapproach this, if I even try, right? There has to be a strength or a certain commitment to healing behind it other than passion. I agree. I don't disagree with it. But why is it taking so long to realize that? That's my thing. Anna? Let's see the Three of Wands. I'm sorry. The Eight of Wands. Show me the Eight of Wands, please. I'm shuffling these really hard, man, because sometimes it takes a second to dial that in. Show me the Eight of Wands, please. Show me the Eight of Wands. Show me the Eight of Wands. The Magician. The Five of Wands. The Queen of Wands. There they are, again, reflecting on you. Yeah, there's some sexual tension here. There's frustration. The Five of Wands is sexual frustration, and we got our knickers. Is that what they say in the UK? The knickers. That's a fancy way of saying underwear. We got our undies in a twist over you in terms of the sexual energy, and they understand, or at least they reflect upon to some extent, that you are agitated, frustrated, or upset with them, sexually or otherwise. I mean, again, when you put some fire on top of fire, obviously it's just more than sexual energy here. It's frustration in the general sense, and aggravation. Okay. And they know Manifestations here. 8 of Wands. Somebody is manifesting communication, but there is a sense of fear blockage when it comes to you, that you will shoot them down or block them. So that might be why I'm seeing such extreme hesitation for somebody who otherwise says, energetically speaking, that they know better, that they feel the call to take care of business, to address this. But I was like, that's slow. That's a lot of time to ponder some really basic stuff, right? And I can kind of see why. They, again, in reflection of you, the only reason why they have hesitated about really summoning forth and making real in that communication is that they're afraid of either the backlash from you, you'll lose your temper, you'll be pissed off, or that you'll just straight up block them. You know, maybe that's true. Maybe they have reason to believe that. And also it kind of goes back to the idea of, well, do they... That just kind of tells me that there's a fear here in the communication, and that's where the hesitation is most likely coming from. And also needing to work out that it has to be more than being really interested in Aries, physically or otherwise, in order to approach this or have justification to approach it. I agree with that point. But they also seem to attribute the fact that, yeah, they long for you. Yeah. You know, they might have a constant craving for you, but they also said, Aries might be pissed off if I talk to them. That may or may not be a realistic expectation. But it kind of brings me to the mind is like, well, what do they fear? On point, rapid, this is how it is communication, or that they'll have to address certain points where they know you're going to be up forward with it, because that's the only hesitation here is the communication. Is like, what is Aries going to say or how they're going to respond? In which case, that's hesitation born out of fear, because you may or may not react like that. That's what's weird to me. And perhaps you are. Your feelings are real and valid. So if this person has the nerve, and I mean the nerve, okay, after they've done their heavy contemplating to actually contact you, they have to get over that fear of blockage and you know, the harsh end of your tongue or the harsh end of your fire, however you want to put it, in order to say what they, because they long for you, they long for you, they long for you. And calling back, okay, you know, that's a little bit of that judgment, that's a little bit of that 8 of Wands, that's a little bit of, you know, the desires and longing in the star. It's a little bit of everything. Calling that sexual energy back, but it has to be more than that, you know. I don't know if they will. Let's keep going. I see the manifestation of it, but also the fear of that communication simultaneously as it relates to you. It's like that Aries little hothead. Yeah. And? You know. To the victor goes the spoils. You don't have the nerve, then you get nothing. You won't know until you find out. So on and so forth. It's said in 1,000 different ways. So if you really mean something to this person, they'll quote unquote get over it. You know, and that fear of your response tells me, yeah, there's some residual shit that they haven't cleared up with you. Particularly how they shot you down and not being clear about how they wanted to work through this with you. Because I saw you lay it out and then you're like, this is exhausting. I don't know what the hell you want. Or you're not making it clear. So yeah, if they have fear of communication with you, it makes me think, yeah, they got some unresolved business with you. However, if you are the Aries, unfortunately, who is a little bit of a hothead and you can get into your tempered zone very quickly, be mindful of that. Okay? I'm not saying that they didn't do something to cause or provoke it. There's a reason why they feel obligated to do something. Okay? But just be mindful of your communication. You know, if you really want to hear from this person and you really want to engage in a dialogue, we're going to have to cool those jets down a little bit. Okay? Be a little mindful about pacing and really try to see what they're saying. Listen to it or don't. You have free will. If your first thought, this person's an asshole or a narcissist, okay, then don't engage. Done. There is no argument. Not with me, not with anybody. I'm not promising you that they'll come back. That's not what I'm saying, guys. Don't misconstrue me. I know what shit you're used to seeing on YouTube. What I'm saying is the contemplation is here, and this is why I'm, in as much as I can see it, why they're hesitating. So if it comes through, how you react is how you react. But do try to put a little thoughtfulness into your response, if at all. Okay? They are showing me slow, but contemplative energy, and they are aware it has to be more than attraction if they talk with you again. But there is fear of a backlash. They might have earned that backlash too, honey. They might have earned it. I'm not saying they may not. Okay. You know, but that kind of tells me, yeah, they desire the communication. They desire the communication, but they are anticipating what looks like reasonable blockage and or pissed offness from you, I suppose. All right, let's take a look at this Hierophant. What's going on here? Show me that Hierophant. Show me. Show me that Hierophant. Show me that Hierophant. Show me that Hierophant, please. Ace of Pentacles, Devil, the Moon. Okay. Okay. Somebody's showing me fear, legitimate fear, in offering something real and valid of themselves. That's a lot of power energy that I could easily take another half hour on with clarifying that. The Devil, the Moon, the Ace of Pentacles over the Hierophant. So somebody here really does try to abide by their higher self code. And they struggle with taking their most authentic self out of a hidden place. The Ace of Pentacles. This is hearkening back to your opening. I'll attach that in a second. This is hearkening back to the opening, and this is somebody's best offer, and they want it to come from the best part of themselves, their intentions and everything. Real world constructive effort. They say it's hard for them to access the best of themselves, at least in this connection, and that comes from a place of fear. Being able to put forward the best of themselves and their higher sense of self. I think this is where the real hesitation comes from that I'm seeing in this individual. Do they want to clear things up with you, bare minimum? Yeah. Is it hard for them to get into that space of really meaning it? Yes. This is that person who says, I'm going to do this today, and then they back out of it tomorrow because their higher self is trying to authorize something real and authentic in them, and then it gets pulled back by several degrees by a devil that they're not very familiar with because he's under the moon. So that's not great. They're not irredeemable. They have some beautiful features attached to them. You know what? That's funny. All the earth signs are here: Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and then some Pisces. That's interesting. So when it comes time to offer up the best of themselves and mean it, a part of them pulls back and retracts. So this is why I'm seeing such extreme hesitation over what looks like very simple constructs. It's hard for them, in other words, to take themselves seriously. In that respect, they don't commit to themselves first. So that's what I'm saying. Everything begins with the self. The more you understand what's right for you, you can commit to yourself without hesitation, and you don't need to fear anything. Backing out of it, coming up with excuses, see what I'm saying? Being flaky, and tying it back to your opening, giving somebody mixed signals. The more you know who you are and what it is you can really offer, and mean it, as the Hierophant would suggest, you don't need the Devil and the Moon. But this person's got a hidden devil. They're afraid of offering something real legitimate of themselves because they're either afraid of committing to it. I got to stick to it now that I said it. If you want to own something, you have to know that you want to own it. Because it's right for you, and you know it. Because you love it, and you know it. Because it connects to you in all the right ways, and you damn well know it. So when you know those things, and you can say, this is right for me, you don't hesitate. But I got somebody who pulls back their authentic self every time it's time to pony up the dough, and that's rather substantial. So it's like, where's all this fucking hesitation? Okay, they might have a reasonable argument that they don't know what to expect from you. You might tell them to fuck off. You might not say anything at all. So I was like, that seems like a pretty flimsy excuse. that seems like I was going to say, it seems flimsy. You might have had a little pop-off moment with them, but that doesn't mean it was any less real or valid, you know? Anger happens, guys, especially between people. You can be angry with yourself, never mind with someone else, 100%. So it's like a little bit of 5 of Wands from you, and that's putting them off from reaching out or fully manifesting, because I do see it aimed at you. It's aimed at you. They opened up with their thought, aimed at you. The actual communication that still hasn't come out of theory is aimed at you. And now I see why. When it comes time for the realness, to dedicate to the realness, to mean it and commit to that realness, the offer, whatever that is, they pull it back, talk themselves out of it, and that comes from fear. Fear of making it real, babe. Just really, it is fear of making it real in the real world. I said it, now I got to own it. I got to live up to it. I can see why back here you were confused. Your confusion confused me. I like, Aries, honey, you offered to put in work and then you backed out and then you said no, it was mixed signals. And this, you told me you're burnt out. I was like, even I thought that's a bit much. That was a bit much. So not only did we have a breakage here, 4 swords, at some point you offered restorative principles, didn't you? And that got shot down too. It was too painful. It was not the response you needed or wanted to justify further contact with this, isn't it? Because here's the real work in contact and communication. So not only did you have time to heal and think about the break, you tried to reapproach it at some point, didn't you? And you said, I put real work into it, and what I got back was a bunch of confusing bullshit about what they were offering or what they weren't offering. Were they into it or were they not into it? Were they committing to it or not committing to it? Because you showed me real work here. And then confusion, and then I'm just backing away from this. Right? So that's why your energy shrunk. You're saying you literally cannot put any more of yourself into this. So that's why I don't see you talking to them or acting towards them, because you already did, didn't you? You reapproached this at some point, and you got shot down. Perhaps not just once, but twice. And they've been contemplating that ever since. And I'll tell you why. You know, like I said, you have that blessed, immediate, upfront, this is what I can do energy. That's very Aries. I understand, I relate to that. It's in my rising, you know. This is what I can do right now. And you mean it. Because you know yourself, you know what it is you can do. You don't really hesitate, honey. Bless you, you're the first sign in the zodiac. Is your thing. Whoosh is your motto. Just Do It by Nike was based off that Aries energy. Just do it. And I love that about your sign. I really do. I see people hesitate all day long. And Aries, honey, your biggest critique is that people say, well, Aries, you should hang back a little more. You should slow down. And, you know, I know how frustrating that is, because you're looking at other signs and it's like, why can't you speed up? It seems to me if you knew yourself more and you know what it is you could do, you wouldn't hesitate half as much. So that's your pacing. But mine is, I know myself and I know what I can offer right now. What say you? And I think you had one of those offers, this is what I can do, once, maybe twice. And that's why you're showing me such extreme shutdown. Breakage, restorative, ow, this hurts, world, I'm officially closing this. So you might have done this a couple times with this person. And you never seem to know what you're getting back from them, because they can't commit to it. And I can see why, right there. They have beautiful parts of themselves that they can sometimes access. I'm going to offer this and I can mean it and I can stick to it. I'm not going to flake out and be a little, you know what. And other times it's like, then their devil starts talking. Oh, you can't. You can't commit to that. Don't put yourself into that. It's a bad job. It's a bad commitment. You know you don't really mean it. You know it doesn't mean anything. Don't commit yourself to it. It'll hurt you. It'll harm you. Besides, you say it now, but you won't mean it tomorrow. We both know it. So give yourself a back-out clause. Right? This person has a lot of trap doors and a lot of exit doors. Right? They know how to exit out of things by not really committing themselves to it when they need to. And that's why you're confused by the results. And you leaned away from it. I can't. I just can't. So again, I still don't know if there's going to be any real valid action. Given that, and their flimsy excuse for not having contacted you is that they're afraid of reprisal from you. Like that. Bullshit. It's flimsy. The way they reflect upon you consistently tells me they've had more than enough time to think about this and more than enough time to talk themselves out of it. But they want to. Their energy's calling you back, honey. Let's see that Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. So if they do, I would honestly, honey, just for the sake, because you have experience with this person, enough to be burnt out by it and realize that whatever it is you offer is never consistent in return or can be taken seriously, or they don't take you up on it properly, not at the same level, not at the same pace. So if they do communicate with you again, it will be obvious right away with their language, the verbiage, the proposal to take action or not is going to tell you everything you need to know. In terms of their legitimacy, it's so if you push them away again or you don't contact them at all, they're going to assume it's rejection, but really it's because you know their character by now. They can't seem to stick to it and really say what they mean. You know what I mean? Say what they mean, do what they say. And that says a lot about character development, you know? It says a lot about character. This is what I can offer and actually make good on it. It's not just words. I mean it. You know? Let's see that Six of Wands, please. Let's see that Six of Wands. Let's see that Six of Wands. I understand that they're craving you, honey, but they don't understand that they got to put forward something solid in order for you to take them seriously. And that's not your fault. You know that, right? That's theirs. They put them in this position. They put themselves in this position. This is what happens when you don't understand your devil. Everybody's got a devil, and if you don't think you have one, that's your devil. That's how he gets away with shit, is that we say we don't. It's under the moon. I don't have a problem committing myself. I say what I mean too. Then how come you always find a way to back out or make your decision-making or your actions convoluted? Here today, gone tomorrow. Don't peg me down. Don't hold me liable for that. I didn't say that. I implied it, but I didn't say it. Or I said I would. I'd do it in a couple weeks, just not today. I know I said today, but I'm changing my mind. A couple weeks. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That person has a lot of back doors. And it comes from a place of the devil. That devil influence. Yes. Sorry. We're going to do a couple more. Let's see that Six of Wands. I need to see that. I better not see a bunch of ego bullshit. Let's see that Six of Wands, please. The King of Cups. The Hierophant. Seven of Wands. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So now I'm actually seeing the proposal of something being put forward between two figures. There's the Hierophant again. King of Cups. Seven of Wands. They're showing me caution. This person's really afraid to speak from their heart. Specifically committing to speaking from their heart. Being held accountable for their actions or their inactions. They're very afraid of that. They like to have an out. They really like to have an out. I think they lean heavily on excuses. Shit just comes up. I don't know why it always happens. You know that person? Yeah. I need you to be cautious with that energy. I don't know when, because they take such a long time. Mostly to overcome their own fears about having to say something. Convince themselves that they mean it when they shouldn't have to convince themselves at all. It's either true or it isn't. They either want contact with you or they don't. They either want to resolve shit with you or they don't. They either want to put real work into this and mean it or they don't. They either want to express their feelings accurately, appropriately, clearly, or they don't. So this is not a case of meet me somewhere in the middle. It's either you can do this or you can't. You can either speak for yourself or you can't. And I'm saying all this because I want you to take this with some measure of caution, because they are showing me opening up. And I'm happy that they're doing it. It's just that's a lot of bullshit under their moon. Okay? And it feels good to them in the moment. It does. Six of Wands. When they finally say something to you. because I see them pointing at you, and they are trying to speak unto their heart space. There's that Hierophant with the King of Cups. But again, just enough is kind of what their energy is saying. Just enough. Not too much, just enough. So again, I see them giving themselves an out or a back door. Okay. I have no problem with caution. I have no problem with healthy boundaries. More people should. Okay? I had a lesson in that too. We all have a lesson in hard boundaries from time to time, especially when we start to get flexible with them for that person. That's when we actually need to reassess the boundaries the most, is with the person who challenges with them the most. Okay. So I have no problem, but I'm not seeing it as boundaries. I'm seeing it as, say, enough, just not too much. This is what I can authorize. And it's kind of coming low-key from a place of ego. It feels good to express themselves, finally. I don't know what kind of level of pride that is. I'm proud of myself for finally opening up about this, even if it is limited. Or a sense of success and achievement with you because you're responding. I don't know. They have such strong spiritual aspects to them, but they take it to a weird place of self-doubt, conflict, a weird place of I want this. It's kind of self-interest, but also there's a part of me that really speaks to this and I want it for the right reasons. It's somewhere in there. And that's why they have such a hard time really dedicating to this connection what it is that they want. They know their desire points to you. They reflected on that very clearly a couple of times. And then they keep showing me all the hesitation around it. And the hesitation isn't for fear of your response. That was bullshit. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you've been a little firecracker with this person before. That's not what I'm saying. Given the longing that they're showing me towards you, that's nothing. That's an excuse at best. Here's the excuse. Here's the real one. I don't know if I can commit putting myself into this. I don't know if I can commit expressing my heart. So I'm going to say just enough to feel better about this situation, but not too much. Again, I don't see them overly committing to what they really think, feel, or want to do. This person is very used to building in trapdoors and back doors. Instead of committing, like as the Hierophant would suggest, this is how I really feel, this is what I really intend to do, this is what I'm really about, and I mean it. They're like, this is who I really am, sort of. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess I'm just giving you that sense of caution that if they choose to connect with you again, you need to exercise caution too. You know this person better than I do. Bless them, they're trying. I give them full marks for trying. And I'm glad that they feel better that they finally said something. That's great. But I haven't seen actually any real work towards that moon devil shit either. So, they're expressing their heart to you. At what point, I do not know. Let's get you some advice. Let's get you some advice, please, for Aries. There's a reason they kept having me shuffle. I'm like, nope, you're not done. Ace of Swords, the particular truth, Four of Wands, relationship, energy, strength. If you choose to engage in this, it will take you a phenomenal amount of strength to engage in whatever this relationship is. It's a particular truth that you seem to already understand, and it's kind of what I advised you. If you choose to engage in this, it will take you a certain level of strength to stay in it, to understand it, and that's if you choose to. Nobody's telling you to do anything, it's your choice. You understand that there is a relationship in here somewhere that calls to you, and it takes you strength to choose it, and it takes you as much strength to reject it. Okay? You need to know if it's worth your time, energy, and effort. I'm glad that they're opening their heart towards you, even if it's restricted. It's more than what they last left you with, which was a major point of contention, I believe. If they have any real offer to work in this, I don't know. But they do seem to be pleased with themselves that they finally kind of evoked their own particular feeling and expressing it to you, still with caution. Still afraid, and they haven't revealed everything. There's still a lot of hangback energy. We've already discussed that, the devil under the moon. I just don't want them to speak their heart, no matter even if it's a half or 3/4, and then be like, but there's this other stuff, and I'm going to hang back in that, and that gives them an out. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to... I know what it's like to withhold feelings that are really strong, because I just think that's the best thing to do. But when it's time to reveal them, you do the full thing. Just do the full thing. Just do the full Monty, as they would say. You know, just better to be done with it and be honest in as much as you understand what's going on, and what happens is what happens, and then you know where you stand, you know? So this, I'm going to tell something, but not too much. It's still a form of safety for them, okay? But it's false safety. It's coming from the devil and the moon. They don't know why they pull their energy back by half, okay? Retreat, deception, that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. You put the best of yourself on offer, you withdrew from it because you're like, I don't know if what they're saying back to me is deceptive, full of shit, or I can trust them because they have this little habit of saying they'll do this and they do the other thing. Or passion, healing family issues. You know, this person, somebody here might be coming from a background where they don't trust their passion, particularly in family, healing family issues. That's kind of like the upbringing card. If this person was predisposed to being raised under conditions that perceived passion as a negative thing, that would explain a lot. If somebody's not comfortable with their passion, so they suppress it, but they secretly desire it, but they can't commit to it because they can't commit to themselves. Why? Because they grew up learning that passion's bad or it causes problems, and they saw passion as a one-way street of just getting your rocks off and nothing else. That passion's a bad thing. It must be a bad thing. Or it leads to non-stability, or it's not really love, it's just passion. Passion takes 1,000 different forms. Sex is but one of them. It's also the light of path, it's hope, it's inspiration. But hey, yeah, if your family taught you to see passion as a bad thing, or passion causes problems, guess what your modality is going to be? I want this, but I can't dare admit it to myself because it must be bad. There you go. This is why we do sexual tarot. I want people to see where they've come from too, not just where they're going. So they gave me a very sharp point of view of them today, which is something I don't, again, if you're my regular crew, you know this. I try to focus on the self. If I see the other, I see the other. But they gave me a very sharp profile of this person today, which surprised me. You know, frankly, honey, I thought we were heading in a direction I was going to have to rip you a new one about getting your shit together. But that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. I started to see how the points were tying. And then they started to make that other person sharper and sharper. So I admit that. You know, I really tend to default to the self because tarot is about us, not about them or they. Ultimately, good tarot is. But when they show me a person, they show me a person. And it was for reasons that we described here today. You have a good judgment on this. You know it better than you've given yourself credit for. And you know... So when they contact you, I have no idea. They're slow and they're still working out what they can say and get away with and feel good about. They actually mean it, but they can't mean too much of it, just in case. The withhold protection thing, which is false. It's a false form of control, especially if such a poor view of what passion and love is. For some of you, last July was really critical. I'm talking last July was critical. I saw that for someone else too. Summertime in the general sense. This is now over. So a lot of these points might have been hitting home in terms of, say, look at that, July, August, summer. There was some critical energy around summertime for you or for them about learning, hesitation, why, what happened, what really happened. Okay, let's push it forward to when there's some actual activity, please. But summer represented a huge learning curve for one of you. Time has been delayed. No shit. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, the hesitation's real, honey. That's what I'm saying. Don't hold your breath. For some of you, not till next March. And time has been delayed in the general sense. This is open-ended. The timelines will be different for everybody. But no shit, time has been delayed. They take a long time to learn, but when the devil's under your moon like that, it's going to take anyone a long time to learn. So again, don't hold your breath. The Aries I'm looking at, you're not waiting. You might feel a kind of sexual longing here and there, but you've even told me that's painful for you to reflect on. So you don't even do that. I'm sorry I didn't see more for you today. For some reason, they're showing me this person's process and how it relates to you, perhaps so you can better understand, especially when it seems like inevitably at some point, no matter how far out, it's going to come up again. Okay. Yes, they crave you. They crave that sexual energy, bare minimum, but their heart space does wish to speak itself, and they seem to be working themselves into it, and it's taken them a long fucking time to understand it. RSQ, the tulip, or the rose, the indication of lover's energy. Frog with a coin in its mouth in terms of prosperity. Somebody here might be doing very well financially. Okay. M, N, G, and the chakras in alignment. Yeah, somebody needs to get their chakras in alignment. I agree. Okay, I hope this helped you, Aries honey. Put it in the comments as you see fit. The next round of Intimate Tarot will be in 2 months, and I don't know that I'll necessarily see this, but hopefully we'll have some progress by then. You might have a new love interest by then. I don't know. I don't want you to push that particular arena. For those Aries who you want to move on, then move on. This reading is not the permission you need or don't need to do anything with your life. If you want to move on, then fuck on. You don't need to watch tarot for that. You don't need anybody's permission to do that. Just do it yourself. You watching tarot is not an indication of your readiness. The indication of your readiness is your readiness, not what I have to say or what anyone else has to say. You understand? This is not a wait thing. I'm not asking you to wait. For some reason, they gave me their profile today. That's it. Okay, like I said, I hope this helped. Take care. Be well.